Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 427 of Godcraft, and we're on the Industrial server. And today's episode is dedicated to a really unique request I really must have. I would love to have it in Industrialcraft, and I think it would be probably the most wonderful, fun little things we could have. Basically, what happens is we want to have a force field generator. Basically, you have a PvP world, and you go around, you collect your resources, people come and hunt you, they kill you. I mean, they'll see you under the ground probably because of your name or glitches, etc., etc. And then PvP servers get boring because everyone raids you, you have no way to survive. Once they find your base, it's kind of over, etc., etc. But I would like to see an add-on that does the following. A force field add-on. Now, this is just some stupid example, but it'd be something powerful. Like, think of something powerful like treating the nuclear reactor. I'm not sure if anyone has a skill or want to do something with, really advanced features to it, but there is one mod out there that may have some SMP support, so I'm going to post this video there as well, but I'm going to make this a general suggestion. Basically, you create a nice little, whatever, and you basically, I don't know how you would want to power it up. It would probably be connected directly into, your main line. But basically, you would power it up. Maybe you can have a setting. I would say a config setting, though, for a maximum size that you can set. And basically, you set it up, and it works, and it wastes a lot of energy. A lot of energy. You need to use it. But it will protect your base. Basically, this is what it'll do. Just to give you an idea. Boom. You turned it on, and I'm using glass as an example. You probably use some kind of nicer texture for the effect, but basically what it does is you can't break through it, even though I could break through this if I tried. You can't break through it, there's no way to exploit through it, there's no way to get around it, and it goes everywhere. Like, if you dig, it's everywhere. There it is, see? There is no way around it. I mean, even when you go down here, look at, see, it's everywhere. It's a force field. Now, I don't think you would want it quite ruining the land in that way. I don't know, because it would replace blocks, etc., and you don't want stuff like that. But you want it a way where it also creates, say, a server-side barrier, even though that you don't see it. Like, even though you don't see it right here, like, for example, you see how you see down there, this one actually cut through, you would have seen just grass there, for example. It would just be your normal glass there. And but there is actually an invisible server side kind of force field in that spot. So everywhere there's a block in the way, the force field will not appear. But on the client side, you'll see the nice little fancy force field basically. And that's pretty much it. I want to make it so it's not possible to break. Somebody outside can detonate a nuke right outside here, 2 feet away, and there is no way to damage the internal components this way. I could have my generator right here, and the glass could be right here, and I put a nuke right here, and this will not get damaged, nothing will get damaged. That's how protected I want, because the whole point of making a fun PvP server is survival. But Minecraft has too many bugs, exploits, etc. to make it possible to have a, I live, 15,000 out, you'll never find me, because then it gets really boring. Well, not 15,000, that's close, but, I'll go 50,000. So the world will have a limit. I mean, there's lots of mods that, force limits on the world's size. But basically, you have like 1,000 by 1,000 world, and you go out, you harvest, you die a bunch of times, you lose your bases, you try to expand your bases, and then eventually you get to this, like, I call it like a tier 3, a tech 3, level. It's like, you don't want to build it with crappy parts. I mean, it should be built with the most expensive things you can get in the game so far. Maybe UU matter, iridium plating, things like that. Something hardcore. And then basically your job is to build a base and survive and get in it. Once you get in here, you're safe. This is your safe haven, unless if your power goes out or you screwed up your wiring. And then the 10 people who are like sitting outside may own you. I mean, they may have traps out there. I mean, there's so many other dangers. Then you need some kind of device. I don't know if it's a remote device or what, but something that you can open part of the force field so it can just open for a second for you to, come through it with ease. You want, something easy. You may have secret tunnels as well going underneath. Of course, it would be force fielded, but the second you maybe have some kind of, system to open and close it. But I really think this would spice up the excitement in Industrialcraft. This would be, of course, a separate server. Than your main, play and build server, but this would bring a whole new game style. I mean, I would play this for a lifetime. The thought of, being allowed to use nukes anywhere you want, the laser guns blowing things up, making devastation after devastation, the landscape may be going to hell after, a couple of weeks, but going out there and risking your life, getting those really precious, minerals and whatever. You have your miners running, 50 blocks outside your force field, and you're trying to, grab some of that nice ore down there, and then boom, there's a nuke that goes off, and you die. But at least you had your little base here, fortified, and it's not total game over. But anyways, that is my daily video. How badass is that? Let me know in the comments if you have ideas and suggestions. But please, 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 whoever does this, add some configuration files. And please allow us to have, the ability to make it so you can't break it, period, the force field. I don't want to... I know they have had one in the past, an IC1 or something, where you can jump up and shoot down and you can damage it from up top. And I don't want anything that. You want one that will last pretty much permanently. Also, please be aware of chunk loading and unloading. Play around with that, because you don't want somebody sitting on the edge of a chunk throwing some like TNT thing over, top. So make sure, like if the generator isn't loaded, kind of like in the chunk, just make sure that when that chunk unloaded, the border stayed there, kind of thing. I don't know how hard that is. I guess it wouldn't be too bad. But anyways, thank you so much for listening. I really hope you guys like this idea. I think it would be an amazing, wonderful idea. And hopefully somebody can make our dream come true.